Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm looking at Before the Assault, a combined vehicle and figure set in 1/35th scale from ICM. Now if you liked the video, please do subscribe to the channel. It's free, and if you hit the bell you'll be notified of future content. And don't forget to give it the imperial thumbs up on the like button below. Let's make a start. This set combines several ICM kits. First is the Kozak 2 vehicle from a tooling first sold in 2023. The set of Special Forces troops was released under the name Quietly Came, Quietly Went in 2023. The drone operators were part of the War Has No Gender set from early 2024, while the vehicle crew figures appear to be new. So here's the rather substantially large box of the Before the Assault Eastern Ukraine 2022 set from ICM. The product code here is DS3521, and it's got a beautiful bit of box art showing you exactly what you get for your money. On the side here, it says this includes a Kozak 2 armored vehicle with driver and machine gunner, a soldier with binoculars, Special Operations Forces soldiers, and FPV drone operators. There are 449 parts for assembly of the Kozak 2 and 199 parts for assembly of 9 figures of the Ukrainian soldiers. So essentially, what's that, 648 parts in total, which is quite a lot. But then it is quite a big box. On the other long side, you actually get a description of what you get, drawings of what you get. You get the Kozak 2. You get these 4 Special Forces troops. You get the 2 drone operators. You get the guy with binoculars. You get the driver, and you get the machine gun operator who stands in the turret of the Kozak. Okay, let's have a look and see what's actually inside. Okay, let's take the lid off the box. Now this, as usual with ICM, the brightly printed shiny cover is just a top lid for the actual box itself, which is made of sturdy cardboard, and it's a top opening box like this, which is very good. It's very good for storage of the parts whilst you're building them. Inside we have one massive great big cellophane pack of lots and lots of frames for the Kozak 2. And then we have the other figure sets. This one is for the... Is this the Special Forces dudes? Yeah, I think it's a... Oh no, sorry, beg your pardon. In here, well, I think it's both. There's the drone operators appear to be in here because there are drone things. And other people. Maybe there's the driver and the guys standing in the... with their binoculars, and these are Special Forces guys because there's lots of weapons and stuff like that. So Special Forces guys standing with binoculars, driver, machine gunner, and the drone operators are here. There's some, there's obviously the advert for the water-based acrylic paints, which are very, very good. I use them quite a lot now. And some instructions, these ones for the drone operators, I believe. I think there's drone operators, or are these the... Yeah, drone operators. Oh, and the 3 guys are around the actual truck. And there's points to point out where how to do the open hatch on the actual Kozak vehicle. There's this one, which are the... it's kind of... It actually was a set sold separately here called Quietly Came, Quietly Went, which are Special Forces operators. And there's a Kozak 2 instruction set with the many, many, many options for decals. Let's have a look at all these bits in a bit more detail. So we'll start with the Kozak 2, and this is frame A. As you can see, it's the bulk of the structure of actually 2 of the sides. It's got the bottom, one of the outsides. There's an internal shell that this is made of as well, and there's the driver's console and part of the chassis rail there. Frame B has the other chassis rail, the other external part of the sides. It has the top panel, the mine resistant blast shield underneath the bonnet, hood or bonnet. That's why I got confused, hood or bonnet, depending on where you're from. These are parts of the interior seating, all the doors as well. Frame C has most of the running gear and suspension elements, parts of the seating as well. This is part of the back door area. This is the sump, oil sump. So yeah, most of the running gear is on here. Now there are 3 frames D. These contain seats, wheels, all the hand grab rails and all that fall round with the seating, because the seating is like surrounded by grab rails. And as I say, the wheels as well. Then there is frame E. This is the external part of the rear of the vehicle, back doors, the external parts of the side doors. This is the gun turret assembly here. So I presume a NBC filter or something like that there. And the gun, which is the main armament. Now there are 2 of these frame Gs as well, or frames G, if I'm being grammatically better. These contain the transparent parts, so there's the windows, front and back, and the side windows, and also covers for all of the lamps. There's a sheet of photo etch as well. These grills cover some of the light clusters, and these here stack up one atop the other, sort of 4 like grill elements, if you like, that cover one of the lights on each side of the front of the vehicle. A nice close look at this plastic here, and this is the flooring of the main part of the truck. You can see beautifully detailed. All the tie down points are nicely done with bolts and all that. The center console, you kind of feel you could probably pop a can of beer or a can of Coke or something in there. All these switches look very nice. It's beautifully detailed. It is really nicely molded. I mean, these Kozak molds have been used quite a lot, and they're still absolutely crisp, absolutely clean. Really, really nice molds. Front grille here, it's got the Kozak name on it as well. And then there's the drivers. And all there, the switches, aircon switches and stuff like that, all the dip switches on the top there. All very cleanly molded, even little air vents and stuff like that, very nicely done. And if you look at some of the finer detail, like the leaf springs on the suspension at the back there, very, all very clean, all very independently marked. You can see the bolts here with nuts on the top on the rear axle box there. All of these little pieces are very, very nicely molded. And you can see almost no flash at all. It's a tiny little bit of flash on the front. Well, it's not, yes, it's more like a mold mark than flash, really, because it's coming to a point. There's no excess plastic anywhere around it. Even these tiny, tiny little shackle points here are very clean. As I say, this mold has been used quite a bit. It's not a brand new mold, so I'm pretty impressed it survived so well. Very good. I like the detailing on these wheels as well, the brake bits on the wheels. All very nice, all very, very good. There's also a bag with 5 of these neoprene type rubber tires to go on the kit. There are 3 sheets of decals for this kit. The first are things like the instrument panels and various sort of regular markings, lights, national markings, identification markings, and of course the number plates. The other 2 are sets of pixel camouflage decals. These are huge fun to put on, I have to say. I really enjoyed doing these when I was making my Kozak. So there's a whole range on there. You can go with what the instructions say. You can even probably have a crack at putting them on yourself and doing wild patterns as well. But all of those, they're very, very easy to use. Decals are quite thin, but they do go down well. I've found that they lay down on the surfaces very, very well. And if we zoom in, this is my 0.5mm pencil lead again. You can see the markings are actually pretty smart. They're good. The yellows seem a little vague, bit faded, but I think when you put them on, they're not too bad actually. Blacks are very nice and crisp and sharp. Look at the number plates here, all very, very tidy indeed. Then the national symbols here as well. They're pretty good. I think these are full color printed rather than multiple layer screen printed, so you can't see it with the naked eye normally, but you will see a little bit of dots in the colors when you look really, really, really closely. But as I say, you actually can't notice that at all when you're looking at the kit normally. There, as we see on the pixel camouflage, the colors are fine. Colors are really nice. They seem very true to what they are in reality. Not bad at all. I guess, again, 3-color printed, not rather than multiple screen printing, but still registration is good. Colors are strong, so yeah, looks good. The instruction leaflet here, or booklet, really, it's quite a thick book. As usual with ICM at the front, it has a reprise of the box art for the Kozak 2 standalone kit, which is the 35014. Here we have details about the Kozak in English and some technical specifications, and the same in Ukrainian as well. Here we have color callouts for the Kozak 2 vehicle. All of these are in ICM colors. You can translate those actually on the ICM website. There's a translate facility where they give you equivalent colors in some other ranges. There's a translation of the icons that are used here, and there's a QR code here to one of their wonderful step-by-step videos. These are created from the CAD data. So the data they use to actually design the kit, they then use to do a step-by-step video version of these instructions. Very, very useful sometimes when you can't quite see where a part should fit in the instructions. You go onto this, watch the video at that point, and you'll see exactly where it should go. Really, really good thing that they do there. And in no way supplanting what I do for you, which is even better. On the inside, we have usual frame maps. As you can see, everything gets used in here in this example, and then the instructions themselves. I find their instructions, generally speaking, very, very easy to understand and to follow. They're fairly simple isometric drawings, not shaded and things like that. But you know what? I as I say, I find them very easy. It's where you get little bits and pieces like these. Sometimes you might not really know where these go exactly, or here seeing where this goes into there, and then it's going to connect to something later. This is when the videos are really useful. Okay, seats are here. They're quite a complex little arrangement, the seats. There's quite a lot to a seat because they've got all of this wrap around protective sort of hand grips and, you know, keep you in place sort of things. But you know what, it's far from impossible. It's a lengthy build in a way, but I found it enormously enjoyable. I will have to say, I did enjoy building this kit. So yeah, there we go around. There's the some ladders up the side there, which is quite cool. This is where those photo etch parts, there's 4 photo etch parts go on the side of the vehicle here, just to protect the lamp that's there. Then there's the turret, smoke grenades, main gun, and things like that. There is, you should be aware that in the instructions for the crew, there are some amendments to this because you're going to have the top open, the entrance to the turret. Well, you can if you want. Sorry, I should say you could have this open because there is a figure for a machine gunner. So there are slightly different things from these instructions in the other instructions, but I'll come to that when we get there. And then some markings, of course, here. You can do whatever you like with these because it's not, the kit isn't saying it's one of these four specifically, so pick any of them that take your fancy. And that's that. Next, the set of figures from the package before the assault, which comes included with this. This first frame here, frame A1, contains the drone operators, 2 drone operators, with choices of caps, helmets, and because they're female characters, if you have them with the helmets on, then their hair isn't free. If they've just got caps on, the hair is there as well if you want to use that. But these are 2 figures for drone operators. There are 2 frames B included in this set. This contains the box for the drone itself. You can see here the tiny little propellers for it, and personal weapons as well for the operators. This is frame H1, and this is the driver for the Kozak vehicle with a sort of moulded seat as well for him to sit on. Then there is frame H2. This is for the machine gun operator that will be standing up in the turret if you want him to be there. And then finally frame H3. This is the person standing around with a pair of binoculars, looking through binoculars, surveying the battlefield. If we have a look at the sculpting up close now, you can see the sculpting is very nice indeed. The sculpting on ICM figures is getting better and better all the time, I think. Nicely portrayed body armor here as well, with all the straps, things like that. See if I can find the mould lines here are not too bad. Those can be scraped off quite easily. Standard if you really want to, but I would scrape those off with a sharp tool, scalpel blade, or craft blade, something like that. Everything else looks cool. The hands are nicely sculpted. The arms are good. Everything about this set is really nice. There's the 2 bits of hair should you wish to, like ponytails if you wish to include them. How nice those boots are done as well, with the tread patterns on the side there. That's very good. And for the really tiny things, look at these little propeller blades for the drone. Aren't they nice? Nicely moulded, nicely designed. Very good indeed. And here are the side arms they're carrying. Moulded again. Even these tiny parts here, no flash on them at all, really. Slightest bit of mould marking on the side, maybe. But really, you're not going to notice that. Here's the instruction sheet for the before the assault set. So this is for the observer, the gunner, driver, and the drone operators. The frames are all marked off here, as you can see. The color callouts that you're going to need are here, and they're in ICM color codings. You can translate these on the ICM website as usual. Now, inside, first thing you see are the figure sets. Now, ICM do this. They sort of show you what the figures look like and then point to all the bits and pieces. That's H23, for example. Frame H2, part number 3 is his arm. It's a lot easier than it looks. It isn't just like there's some parts put together. When you actually start as putting the parts next to each other, they do naturally just sort of sit very, very well. So it's not a bad way of doing it. And of course, all the color callouts here are in the red lettering here. Pixel means pixel camouflage, which they show you over here. Here are the two drone operators with their equipment. Here there's a quick thing of how to make the actual drones. And here's the pixel camouflage layout, and they show you what the pixel camouflage looks like. I'm going to guess that's going to basically just be a stippling job, because I don't imagine you can actually physically paint that. I suspect that's a sort of a gentle stippling job on with many colours. Now, on the back here, this is the important part. If you're going to have the gunner in place, there are a few things you need to make sure you do. So in step 38, making the Kozak, you need to make sure that this platform's down, because that's what they stand on. Don't stand on the deck, they stand on this platform. On the Kozak kit itself, that platform's shown as folded up. That's not relevant. That's the same as it always was. But step 38 there goes in there and it shows you it completed. Step 128, the making of the turret. Here you can see 126 is shown upright instead of closed, because of course you want the chap to be standing through the turret. And this is what it looks like when it's finished with the turret up. Okay, so it's well worth, if you're going to do this kit, it will be well worth somehow indicating to yourself, to remind yourself that this is what you want to be doing, not what's actually in the Kozak kit itself. But anyway, that's the instruction sheet. On then to the figures from the Quietly Came, Quietly Went set of Special Forces operators, which is also included in this set. Here we have the actual figures of 4 figures, Special Forces operators in various poses. There are also 2 identical frames with various weapons on them. So we have helmets, we have night vision goggles, we have personal weapons, we have pistols, we have suppressed and open versions of 2 of the assault rifles here as well, and a support weapon with a bipod. So you get 2 complete sets of those, even some commando style knives. Again, the sculpting on these figures is really nice. So you can see this sort of balaclava clad face, very Special Forces, with boots equipment. Well, there's the yeah, you can see some frame marks there, where the 2 sides of the mold marks meet, but those can be easily cleaned up. The rest of it is very sharp, very crisp, very clean. So look at these hands are very good. Actually really nicely molded as well. Again, body armor, equipment straps, all very, very good. Little clasp there. It's very nice. Yeah, everything's good on this, I think. Got more of these faces. Cleanly molded, very good. And again, the weapons, very cleanly molded. Nice AK there. And you have the choice of with and without suppressors as well for a lot of these weapons. That's the support weapon with its bipod there. These little commando style knives. These are night vision goggles here. And everything's molded very nicely. Very cleanly. I guess that's a Gustav or something, a rocket launcher maybe. And some sidearms. Yeah, everything's very cleanly molded. Again, these molds have been used quite a lot before, but they still seem to me at least to be very, very clean. Then the instruction sheet, again, with exactly the same with all the figures they do. Frame map here for the important parts. Color callouts here in ICM colors. And then these guys are in multicam uniforms, so all these different bits and pieces in it. Legs that are A18, A19, they do go together when you put them all together. They just sort of naturally sort of seem to fit nicely. And there's a design of what multicam looks like. If you can try and even vaguely get this roughly looking right on there, then absolutely well done you. At 1/35 multicam is going to be pretty tricky. I would have thought to make it look any different to say the Pixel one, but you know, best of luck if you're going to do it. Now, available separately to the kit, but also still available, are 3 paint sets that ICM have put together to cover the contents of this kit. The first of these covers combat vehicles for the armed forces of Ukraine and includes white, clear red, gunmetal, US dark green, rubber black, and 4BO green. Then there is a set for uniforms of the armed forces of Ukraine, the camouflage systems. This includes off-white, US dark green, tan earth, British khaki, chocolate, and warm grey. And finally, there's a set of paints for the military equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine. So this includes gunmetal, deep brown, US dark green, buff, black, and 4BO green. As I say, each of these sets is available separately, and they cost about £6.50, £7. There it is. I think it makes an interesting set for a diorama depicting modern warfare with drones and special forces. If you've enjoyed the video, please do make sure you've subscribed to the channel. It's free, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified of future content. And don't forget to give it the imperial thumbs up on the like button below. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.